Good. Happy Monday. That's what I'm saying. Happy Monday. It's Coach Melvie coming to you. This is a recording, of course. Can't say live. And the sun is shining really bright right now in my camera from where I'm at. So you can't see me that well, but you will get the message. Hopefully you can hear me. So what am I going to talk about? What am I going to talk about? Leadership. That's a tricky thing. Why? Because there's so many different intricacies that go along with it. Why are we putting someone in the leadership position initially? Is because we feel that they are qualified to do the job, whether it be work or whatever position that they're in. It doesn't necessarily have to be work. Is that person qualified sincerely to do the position that they've been put into, to handle the position, put it like that. There you go. Do they have the qualifications? Do they have the mental stability to handle it, to handle conflict, to handle working with other people? And if someone asks them a question, are they going to get threatened? Are they going to feel like their position is being threatened? Are they going to feel like their authority is being threatened? Why do I say this? Because it happens. In order to work in any or operate, let me say, because there's so many different things. I don't want to continually keep this with work. In order to operate in any position that you've been put in as a leader, you have to be able to look at everything from all perspectives. Why certain things happen, why certain questions are asked, and how to answer the situation, removing your emotions and whatever your triggers may be. Are you trigger ridden? That's a good question. Are you trigger ridden? Is everything someone says to you going to set you off? And if it is, then it's not that person setting you off. It's something that has been a trigger in your life that you have not looked at. Because every time it happens over and over and over again. And then comes the common denominator. You. So we need to look at those things, because it's very serious, especially when there's a situation in an organization or whatever, a group, a club, or whatever, a company or family, and you can take family for instance. There's always this one person that gets set off, and you're not like, what in the world is going on, and why are you acting up? And why does it set you off like this? It may be more than one. Why are you so upset about it? What is going on? Why are you what? And, everyone has this big question mark on top of their head, like, what just happened? So we have to be able to stop and look at the situation. Everyone isn't out to attack me. Everyone isn't out to upset me. Everyone isn't out. If that's what your thought process is, and then you don't know why everything keeps happening to you, you don't realize it's happening to teach you a lesson. You don't realize it's happening because there's something that needs to be cleaned up within you. There's something there that you have not addressed, and you just keep throwing darts at everyone else to avoid looking at what you need to look at on the inside. And you need to ask those why questions, because being in any leadership position, lead position, especially when you have those under you who look to you for guidance, advice, help, and then you come across to them as fragile or emotional, unstable, all of that, and it affects the whole organization on a whole. It can. if it's not taken care of. Now, maybe once or twice it can be looked at, okay, as a separate situation. But then all of a sudden, there is a pattern. There is a pattern, and those are the things that we need to look out for. And then there's also, again, the common denominator. Who's involved? What's involved? What's happening when that happens? What's the scenario? These are the things that we need to look at, because if we don't, then it disrupts literally not just one portion of a organization, but another part, because it seeps over into the next organization, even though some feel like maybe it might not, but it actually will, unbeknownst. And most organizations, that's not their goal. There should be a commonality, a common goal within all organizations to be able to fix the situation in a way where it's not like, I'm going to throw you under the bus, but I'm going to look good doing it. There should be no buses. There should be no throwing. There should only be collaboration, coordination, communication. The 3 C's. I think there's another one, but right now that's where I'm at. We need to come to the table and figure out. There should be no situation where, it's not taken care of when it initially happens. And no one should ever feel like they're not in a place where they can't express themselves in a respectful manner, but it's also taken, even if it's respectful, in the wrong manner. And then they feel threatened on both sides. I mean, seriously, we need to step back off situations sometimes, and before we react, we need to think, why was this question asked? Why was this statement made? Why whatever? Because it can have a tendency of going completely left, and the whole thing can be misunderstood. And we need to examine our emotions and what they're playing in this situation. And whether or not, seriously, if that person is ready or qualified to take on that position, because sometimes they may need a little more training, conflict resolution, whatever. But just to act like it doesn't exist, or even notice it exists, but you see that the person is not handling the situation the way it should be handled, because this conflict keeps happening with the almost same issues or whatever, again, the repetition, the pattern. So this is something that we need to look at in all aspects of life. Just whether it, again, be family, whether it be community, whether it be education, school, whether it be the workplace. We need to, business, whatever, we need to stop and see where our leadership is and how it's handling situations, because we have a lot going on in the world, especially now. And everything is a trigger for everyone, it seems. Some people, they can handle it because they've been trained, they understand it, they probably have been through some situations like that. But then some don't. And then they're put in these positions to lead, but they're still trying to figure life out themselves. They're grateful for the position, but sometimes it's harder than they think it is. And they're not going to admit it. And it actually, sometimes the personal life can spew out into the professional life in some aspects as well. So these are just some things I wanted to bring out to everyone today, to think about moving forward this week. I've been in my own hiatus because there's some things that I had to reflect on and heal from and grow from, and because of course I'm also in sort of a leader position, but it is in certain aspects at my job, and I am a leader in the community, globally, so I have to fine-tune my own self. So this isn't something that I'm telling anyone or encouraging anyone that they probably should look at or consider without realizing that it's something. Most people who give advice or say anything is because they've gone through before, or if they haven't gone through before, they've seen enough of it. Why is it they feel like everybody trying to turn off the yellow line? They've gone through enough. They've seen enough of it from others to kind of understand situations and be like, okay, well, that doesn't play well. Okay, maybe that shouldn't happen. Okay, yeah, you get a chance to see it from a bird's eye view and study it like that. Sometimes you go through school of life just by being an observer, and you learn like that. It doesn't always have to be your experience. So as we go through this week, we should think about those things. Whether you are in a leadership position, whether you're considering being in a leadership position, whether you know someone else that is in a leadership position, whether it's someone that's a leader in your family, or a hierarchy, or patriarch, matriarch, older elder, something, in those positions. You have to look at situations. Did I just run the red light? Lord have mercy. I think I did. Jesus. I think I did. It might have been yellow, but if it was red, I'm so sorry. So I wanted to bring that around to you, just for everyone to consider. Leadership has many aspects to look at, and we all need to sometimes just take a step back and analyze our own individual selves before making certain decisions and committing to certain actions that could, in fact, have a ripple effect on the rest of the family, community, workplace, organization, whatever. Because all it takes is one drop in the water and creates a whole ripple. And if you get several drops, then the whole water is all just tumultuous right now. It's like a whole bubbling, it's just going crazy. So, just be mindful. In the meantime, everyone, take care. Have a wonderful week. Have a blessed day. And stay positive. Bye.